Hello friends, hi everyone. Today I would like to discuss about lactose, the unique milk sugar, part 1. I'm your friend Ramu N and I completed my master degree MTech in dairy chemistry discipline. Today in this topic I would like to discuss general understanding of lactose. In this I will cover what is lactose, significance of lactose in milk and milk products and lactose intolerance. What is lactose? It is a principal sugar or carbohydrate present in milk. Lactose is available in only in milk sources and it is not available in any other sources other than milk. Therefore, and it is also adequately present in milk and milk products. That's why it's also known as milk sugar. And this is a table showing the composition of cow milk. And in milk, it contains 87.3% of water, 3.8% fat, 3.2% protein, 2.6% casein, and 0.65% of serum protein. Out of 3.25, casein is 2.6%, and casein is known as the principal milk protein. And the lactose content in the milk is 4.6% and mineral content of 0.14%. I would like to share one fun moment here. When I was in my first BTech, when I studied this composition of cow milk, I was very surprised. Milk contained 87% of water, and we studied about 4 years about milk. Then later I realized, even though it contains 87%, there are 13% of milk solids, and there is many researches are going on these milk solids. Okay, then well, the table 2 is showing the concentration of lactose in milk of selected species. Here I'm showing the lactose content in different species. Like cow, it contains 4.6% of lactose, buffalo 4.8%, sheep 4.8%, goat 4.1%, human milk contains 7% of lactose content, and donkey milk contains 7.4% of lactose content. Dear friends, the composition of the donkey's milk is very much similar to the human milk. Therefore, whenever unavailability of milk for the baby, we can prepare the donkey milk. But the donkey milk is not available all the time. Therefore, the cow milk with its proper dilution will feed to the baby. Lactose is present in milk as a true solution. Like protein is present as a colloidal solution, the lactose and other vitamins is present in true solution in the milk. Lactose is a disaccharide. It is made up of two monosaccharides like galactose and glucose linked to beta-1,4 glycosidic bond. This is the structure of lactose. Galactose and glucose moiety linked by beta-1,4 bond. Uh, Lactose is a reducing sugar because of the anaerobic carbon and the hemiacetal group of lactose is free. It will easily ring opening up lactose takes place and it will involve in other chemical reactions. This is the anaerobic carbon. Due to mutation, the OH group and this hydrogen group continuously shift from here to here. Because of this mutation, two types of lactose is available, alpha lactose and beta lactose. Whenever the OH group is downwards, it is called alpha lactose. Whenever it is upwards, it is called beta lactose. This is the chemical name of the alpha lactose. O beta D or beta OD galactopyranosyl 1,4 alpha D glucopyranose. It's known as alpha lactose and it is the beta lactose. Galactose and glucose are linked by beta 1,4 linkage. Properties of lactose. Because of the small change in chemical structure due to mutation, the alpha and beta lactoses exist, and there is a difference in these two lactose forms. In specific rotation, the alpha lactose having plus 89.4 degree, whereas beta lactose having plus 35.0 degree, whereas in equilibrium, it's 55.4 degree of specific rotation. Solubility. Whenever we dissolve alpha lactose in 100 gram of water, 7 gram of alpha lactose will dissolve. Whereas in beta lactose, the solubility is higher. It dissolves 50 gram of beta lactose will dissolve in 100 gram of water. Whereas in equilibrium, the solubility is 18.2 gram per 100 gram of water. And there is also difference in sweetness. The alpha lactose is less sweeter compared to beta, whereas beta is more sweeter than alpha. Whereas in equilibrium, it's more sweeter than alpha and beta. There is also difference in the shape of the lactose crystal. Alpha lactose forms tomovac shape of crystals, whereas beta forms rod shaped crystals. In equilibrium, both will be available. Significance of lactose in milk and milk products. As a lactose is a carbohydrate, it will contribute for the nutrition. It gives calorific value of 4 kilocalories per gram of lactose. And sweet taste of milk. The lactose is responsible for the sweet taste of milk and also milk and milk products. Texture of dairy products. It's very important when you discuss lactose. The texture, it will mainly contribute for the texture of dairy products. For example, ice cream. In ice cream, we will not give sufficient time during freezing for the lactose crystallization. Hence, the lactose is in non-crystallized form in ice cream. Whenever the freezing temperature is not maintained during storage, the lactose melting takes place and the lactose crystallization takes place. It gives sandy texture defect in the ice cream. Therefore, we should maintain freezing temperature effectively. And in case of sweetened condensed milk, after concentration during cooling process, the crystallization of lactose will commence. Therefore, that step is we should monitor very cautiously to avoid textural defects. We will in this process they will add externally the alpha lactose to give as a seeding material to enhance formation of small lactose crystals, and they also use vacuum coolers for instant or flash cooling to ensure formation of large number of small crystals to get desired quality of sweet and condensed milk. In case of milk and milk powders, the lactose is in the form of lactose glass, or it is also called as concentrated syrup. It is very hygroscopic. Whenever the milk powder exposed to air, it readily absorbs the moisture content present in the air and it will form cakiness in the milk powders. To avoid this, the milk powder is dried in two stages of dryers using the fluid first stage dryer and second stage fluidized bed dryer. Therefore, they are giving sufficient time for the lactose to undergo crystallization. Hence, in the final product, the lactose is in crystallized form and it is not in much hygroscopic. Hence, the problem is avoided. And the lactose is contributed for the fermented dairy products like curd and yogurt. Because of the presence of lactose only, we are enjoying the fermented dairy products like curd and yogurt today. During fermentation, the lactose is converted into lactic acid in the fermented dairy products. Increases the bioavailability of calcium. Bioavailability means generally in the foods the calcium content is there. How much calcium is present and how much our small intestine is able to absorb that calcium from the food. That is called as bioavailability. Even though calcium is present, our body is not able to absorb that calcium. That is how much calcium is absorbed is called as bioavailability of calcium. Because of the presence of lactose and vitamin D content in the milk and milk products, the bioavailability of milk and milk products is considerably higher, significantly higher than other food products. Maillard brooding. The aldehyde group of lactose reacts with epsilon amino acid of lysine amino acid of proteins, leads to the formation of Maillard brooding. It is also called non-enzymatic browning. It leads to the browning in the dairy products, whereas it is considered desirable property in case of bakery products where that quality is desirable. Lactose intolerance. It is a condition caused by an insufficiency of intestinal beta-galactose enzyme. This enzyme is not available in sufficient quantity, not produced in sufficient quantity in the small intestine. Therefore, they are not able to digest the lactose content. In this condition, the microorganisms present in the small intestine utilize this lactose and produces gasiness, cramps, flatulence, and some part of the lactose will also reach to the large intestine where it causes an influx of water and causes diarrhea in these people. Uh, a small portion of babies are born with the deficiency of beta galactosidase enzyme. It's called as inborn error of metabolism and are unable to digest the lactose from birth. It is seen from the by birth in some people, whereas in others, the enzyme is present in the initial stage of childhood, but in the later stage of childhood, the total activity decreases, and an estimated 70% of the world population decreases to a level which causes lactose intolerance among adults. This major population of the world don't have this enzyme in adequate quantity, therefore they're facing this lactose intolerance problem. Only the Northern Europeans and few African tribes like Fulami can consume the milk with impunity. They can consume more lactose and milk products because they have this enzyme in sufficient quantity. But with the technologists, we can modify this milk suitable for these people. The milk can be suitably modified for lactose intolerance people, like lactose free milk. It is lactose free milk available commercially from Amul, where the milk can be added with externally added with beta galactosidase enzyme, so that the enzyme will break the lactose into glucose and galactose in the milk itself, and they pack it aseptically and it make available for the consumers. It contains less than 0.01% of lactose, whereas milk contains 4.6% of lactose. Therefore, it's no problem for them lactose intolerance people. And fermented dairy products is also consumed by lactose people, because the lactose content is converted into lactic acid, and that the fermented product is also contains the bacterial beta galactose enzyme, which will also assist in the digestion of the lactose content. And the milk is converted into cheese. The cheese is essentially free of lactose. The cheese is essentially protein content is more, therefore it's no lactose content, therefore it is consumable by the lactose intolerance people. This is the end of this topic. The sources are the Dairy Chemistry and Biochemistry textbook by P.F. Fox and P.L.H. Maxwini, and the second textbook is Structure of Dairy Products, edited by A.Y. Tamaim. Knowledge is everything. Knowledge only makes you to survive and sustain in this society. Dr. Ramesh V. Dr. Ramesh sir is my teacher. This is my first video of this kind prepared by me to share the knowledge. Therefore, here I am remembering my teacher, Dr. Ramesh sir. Thank you, sir. And it's for you. Thank you, everyone. Bye.